Kalalali Albashim Shai Bashim Kodash, the brothers and apostles of James Stone. Shalom to the brothers out there pushing this work in sincerity and honesty. Shalom to the helps and the sisters. As I can see on this video I'm going to play, not all of it, just a few to get the point across. It says the American economy is crashing and everyone can feel what is coming. And this is fair use of this video, right? Not getting any monetary gain from it, right? Just for edification of the elect of the Hebrew Israelites that are going to be saved in this upcoming destruction. Right? So let's get into it.
You know what pisses me off? While the news keeps telling you the economy is booming, real Americans are choosing between eating food and paying rent. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening through 11 videos from regular people watching their lives crumble. Now, these aren't complaints. These are economic indicators that Wall Street doesn't want you to understand. Let's start with the absolute worst case.
Hey, just gonna throw this out there. If you've never had to choose between eating something or being able to pay your rent so you don't end up homeless, I really don't give a fuck what your opinions are on government assistance. Because if I'm gonna put this into a realistic perspective, my husband and I both work over 40 hours a week, right? Full time. We're not freeloaders, we're not lazy freeloaders, we're not one of those damn illegals taking our money. No, we are natural born citizens working, honestly, realistically, each closer to 60 hours a week. And it's still not even close to enough. The market is booming, it's huge. No, actually, it's really not. And if you're still buying into this absolute bullshit narrative that this man is somehow making this country better, or we're in any way in a better position, or our freaking economy is booming, then you are living proof that propaganda works. And you are part of the reason our entire society is crumbling to the damn ground. TikTok has given me the opportunity and privilege of having a lot of friends across the world. And when you listen to them, as opposed to Fox News, you learn what's actually going on. Heads up, we're the laughingstock of the world right now. We are a joke. And if me, a 31-year-old little white girl, is struggling this hard to make ends meet in America, I cannot fucking imagine being melanated.
120 combined work hours per week, and they still...
Alright, and she said, right there, she said she, as a little white girl, right, working so hard and struggling, imagine someone with melanin, yeah, that's Jake, right? Imagine what Jake have to face, right? Imagine how the prince of the power, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the chosen people have to go through it, right? And we know why we are going through it, because we are under the curses, right? But ultimately, why they are going through it is because, why the little 21-year-old white girl, as she said, is going through it, is because Esau's kingdom is coming to a end, right? And really and truly, we know that it's the elites that manipulating the market and all that. Their plan is to basically crush the society, to start a new society, right, where they have everyone with this RFID chip in their right hand or in their forehead. But ultimately, the Lord is going to basically collapse his society, right? The Lord isn't giving him any second chance, right? Because now it's a time for Jake to rule, for Israel to rule, right? That's why you have the prophets out there waking up and on the streets in the hedges. And let me just get a precept for that as we speak. We have some scripture lined. I hope I don't lose. Alright, let me just find it in the search engine. That as a feeder. Alright, I think it's this. This is Lamentation 4 verse 21. It says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. And that's what's happening right now, yeah. The cup is slowly but surely passing unto Edom and all these other nations, right? Because the time of Israel punishment is wrapping up here, right? So the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Right, so the Lord is basically reversing the role as we speak here. And our people are going to feel it in the transition, right? Because 2/3 in America is going to be destroyed, right, by thermonuclear missiles. And through that, leading up to that, we're going to go through some rough times, right? The Lord will have a hedge over his elect, right? But Esau is going to turn this thing up on Jake, and basically the entire world is going to feel it as well. So let's get in some precept I have queued up. So this is let's start at this one, right? This is Isaiah 32 and verse 9, and we even see where this is taking place as well. Not only what the woman they're complaining about, right, but Trump is basically cutting the heat that the women usually get from what's the one I mentioned, food stamp and all those things, right? That little pocket money them usually get, right, that could stretch for the household of their day and their kids, right? Trump is cutting that. So rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, O careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. So many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Right? So it's failing, because if you go through the video more, I think it explains that the price, seasonal goods ain't dropping, because supply and demand. When you have more demand for a product, the price go up, and then when you have a product in abundance, the price go down, right? So there, the person that was speaking on it was mentioning that all year round, the prices of those goods is at a steady, right? So it's high, and these are people that actually have a stable family, you could say, right, where a father and a mother is present. But Jake don't have that here. Jake is full of broken out souls. So Jake is going to feel it even harder, yeah? And these women are going to feel it harder than the men, yeah? Right? Because they were at ease, right? They take the Jews of Esau Edom and kick the fathers out of the household, right? We have broken relationships, right? Where you have a kid with a woman and then you break up, right? A lot of fatherless children are around and about. So these women are going to feel it harder. You say, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless one, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right? And yeah, our people are going to feel it because it mentions that you see men with their hands on their loins like a woman in travail, right? And every time I think about that, I think about if the men are behaving this way, how are the women going to behave, right? So next precept, I got that one already. So this is Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? So we have to remember Yahweh Hashem Shai from in our youth, right? Now is the acceptable time, right? To get that protection you need, right? Which is basically dwelling in the presence of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Acknowledge our power, right? To return to our power and serve Him as our power, yeah? So while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, saying day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease because they are few. Even in the video, you can watch the video after this. Even in the video, it shows a man mentioning that his auto repair shop is very slow, yeah, right? And auto repair shops are basically shops where you go and fix your vehicles, right? And you say you prefer a busy day than a day of little there and little here, right? Because you gonna need that money to pay these bills, and the bills are high, especially in America, yeah, right? I think food is cheaper than bills. Yep. Someone can comment in the comment board about that, yeah. They say on the grinder seas, and the grinders cease because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah, because it's no more a bright and sunshiny day in America, yeah. And as we constantly say America, all the world is going to be this way. because Esau Edom has a plan, right? As you see in the news constantly, um, the agenda, the agenda 2030 goals, right? Other countries might have it in different names, but ultimately their plan is to basically give you that RFID chip in your right hand or in your forehead, which is scripture mentioned that you should not take it, right? But Esau is going to break you people, right? You people that are not protected by Yahweh Shem Shai. Esau is going to break you, right? Esau is going to let you know, say, yo, you take this chip or die, and you don't have to kill you physically, right? He will make it that, as the scripture say, you cannot buy or sell save ye that have the market, right? Because we're going to do a breakdown on that, but this system that Esau is coming in with is going to be solely depending on this RFID chip here, right? That's going to have all your information. That's going to have the means to purchase and buy goods here. That's why without it you're not going to be able to buy or sell. It says, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and ye shall rise up to the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right? So if business ain't going good and you're paying rent for that shop, might as well you close it, right? Because you're going to be in debt. So that's what the scripture is talking about there. These business places are going to be closed because the grinding is going to be low, yeah? Right? This is 2 Ezra 6 and verse 20. And 2 is a, and suddenly shall the sown place appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And especially, I want to say the Caribbean, but speaking towards where we live here in Jamaica here, we don't produce a lot of things here, right? Our market has been heft by the WTO and IMFL, right? So we don't feed ourselves, right? We get goods from overseas, bread and all these things. There's a few places out here that produce bread and those stuff, yeah, right? But even so, we don't produce. I don't think we produce flour, yeah. I don't think so, because yeah, we don't produce flour because flour is wheat, right? Flour is wheat, yeah. It's they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friend fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the mountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Yeah, so we go, well, not us, hopefully, the hopeful elect of Yahweh Shema Shai out here pushing this work in sincerity. But who the people that are not protected by Yahweh Shem Shai, they're gonna fight each other, right? Even friends as enemies, yo, right? Because they need that food, right? So that's the times that are coming. If you try chat it the way of not taking this MOTV, right? You better chat the way of the Lord, yo, right? Because I tell you, Esau is going to delete even a lot of people that's willing to take this RFID chip. So with that, I hope you were edified by this video. Kalalal, ya Bashimashai, Bashimarka Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.